Hey guys, today we have a prince from a royal family. This is our prince, His Highness Pratap Singh Serfoji RajeBhosle of the Thanjavur Maratha family. Glad to have you here. We want to hear a lot of good things from you about your ancestry and our history. Most interestingly, I know he's an engineer, but he has authored 3 books. And he's also a blogger and posted about 100 different articles. You're a blogger, you're a philosopher, and of course, he's a prince. He's also a social media manager of their private family museum named Maharaja Serfoji II Memorial Hall at Sadhar Mahal Palace. He has launched a website on his royal family and my stamps of Indian Postal Department to commemorate the 239th birth anniversary of his ancestor, King Serfoji II. Of course, I've been a big fan of Shivaji Maharaj and, all the Maratha kings. So I'm amazed and so thankful to have you here. Where do you want to start?
Yeah. Hello, Praveen. So first of all, I have to congratulate you, and because you do a very fabulous job. I go through your blogs, I go through your articles and all, and these are just fantastic. I don't have any words to appreciate it, but I'm just completing it in a very simple manner. It's awesome and it's fabulous.
Thank you.
And recently, I also seen your article on Tanjavur, which you had published in your phenomenal place.
Okay.
And I'm very much excited to say that also that I have also posted one of your photos in my 2nd edition book,
Okay.
Contributions of Thanjavur Maratha.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now I will be starting from my hometown, which has given me a lots of fame. Tanjavur was ruled by Cholas. Naikas. Obviously, Pandyas also ruled for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And after Naikas, Marathas ruled.
Okay.
And I am from the Tanjavur Maratha royal family.
Okay.
I am the 14th descendant of the Thanjavur Maratha royal family.
Okay.
So, obviously, in Tamil Nadu, everyone knows about Chola kings and
Yes.
their architecture and constructions. So you all may know that
Yes.
Raja Chola was the great king.
Yes.
And he has built Bharathanatyam temple. Actually, Bharathanatyam name came after the Maratha rule.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was known as Perudayar Koil or as Rajarajeshwaram Koil.
Okay.
So then even Naikas also contributed a lot to that temple. There is a Subramaniam shrine inside the temple, which has been built by the Naika kings.
Okay.
And after that, Marathas had also contributed a lot to the temple. So after Naika kings, Marathas and even Pandyas ruled for a short period of time. And when Pandyas conquered Tanjavur, they destroyed the Chola palace,
Yes.
which was in Srinivasapuram area, in
Okay.
that area, approximate near to that area, or maybe in that area also.
Okay.
So that was destroyed by them. And now the current palace in Tanjavur was built by the Naikas.
Okay.
Then after Naikas came the Marathas.
Okay.
So Marathas, according to their palace, they made some changes.
Are we talking about the current palace? The Sadhar Mahal? Is that?
I will come to that.
Okay.
So, but before Sadhar Mahal, I wanted to portray certain
Yes.
things.
Yes.
Yeah. So, during Maratha period, many kings contributed to the temple.
Okay.
One of the Gopuram was built, the front Gopuram was built by the Maratha kings.
Okay.
Then even Kumbhabhishekam was performed. Now recently Kumbhabhishekam has been performed in Bharadishwara temple.
Okay.
So before that it was performed in 1997. Then before that in 1980.
Okay.
After independence, it was the 3rd Kumbhabhishekam.
Okay.
But before that, during King Serfoji I, Kumbhabhishekam was performed. Then after King Serfoji I, King Serfoji II performed the Kumbhabhishekam in the Bharadishwara temple.
Okay.
Then actually King Serfoji I performed Kumbhabhishekam after 800 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for 800 years there are no any such ritual like Kumbhabhishekam there.
Okay.
And even 108 lingas which you can see in the premises of the Brihadishwara temple.
Yes.
In that was installed by King Serfoji II.
Okay.
Yeah, and the world's lengthiest inscription is in Marathi, which is been inscribed in the walls of the Brihadishwara temple.
Okay.
Those inscriptions are called as Bhosla Vamsa Charitra,
Okay.
where
Wow.
the details of the Maratha history has been inscribed. From the time of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's ancestor, that time the current king was King Serfoji II.
Okay.
Up to his time, the inscriptions are being inscribed there, saying their history and the way of life, what and all. Mostly, it was based on the history
Okay.
of them. And even the lightning rods were being installed in the Vimana of the Brihadishwara temple by King Serfoji II.
Okay.
So mostly all the kings were very protective towards the temple.
The temple.
Yeah, and it was close to their heart also as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have climbed the Vimana of Tanjavur
Yeah.
temple, right?
Yes, I have climbed twice, but not up to the top level. I just went up to the place where those 81 Karnas are there.
Okay.
So that time I was very small and I didn't had much interest to that subject.
Okay.
But now I realize and now I feel really blessed that once upon a time I went there and have touched those that sculptures, those Karanas. Yeah.
What else have you seen besides the Karanas? The Karanas are the dance poses and movements mentioned in classical dance called Bharathanatyam. So what else did you see besides the Karanas in the Vimana? Because most people don't get a chance to climb up the tower, you know, like most people would.
Yeah, I can explain, but I can't speak much into the depth about the subject.
Okay.
And also about the Karanas. There are total 108 Karanas. Out of that, you can see only 81 Karanas in the Brihadishwara temple. Actually, it is incomplete. The sculptures are incomplete. And why it was incomplete? So I have heard, means I don't know whether to mention it, but I have heard because of so and so it is been incomplete and this that. And about the Karanas, I have written very technically in my book.
Okay. Okay.
Then obviously, and one more thing, I have an immense respect towards classical artists.
Okay.
Because it's not so easy performing in front of a stage when you are from the very young age, and that also performing for minimum 1 hour.
Wow.
Yeah, means classic arangetram, classical concerts, programs. It's not like for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Continuously, the artist will be dancing for more than 1 hour.
Okay.
The stamina they have, and even there are some medical benefits of practicing Bharatanatyam.
Wow.
Yeah, I have mentioned everything in my book.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so even though mostly those artists are good in multitasking.
Okay.
I don't want to talk much depth into technical because
Okay.
I have mentioned in my book.
Okay.
So even performing Bharatanatyam has a good medical benefits also. Health
Okay.
benefits and medical benefits.
Okay. So today we have a lot of great dancers. I have a lot of friends who are classical dancers. We have mutual friends on Facebook who are
Yeah.
great classical dancers actually. They're mostly Bharatanatyam. Some Kathak, you know, some people from the north. But what is the difference between like today's dancers and the dancers in the past? Did they completely dedicate themselves to dancing before the gods and kings in those days? Or were they also just like today? Like if somebody says, well, can you perform? Were they flexible like that or not?
Actually, those days, king, especially during Maratha period, artists were given lots of kings used to patronize them. They were devoted to the art as well as to the king or to the god.
Okay.
Obviously, there is a saying, whatever you do it from your heart, don't expect anything in return.
Okay.
God will give you when the right time comes.
Okay.
Those days, if a king becomes happy on their performance,
Okay.
they used to give lands.
Okay.
They used to give more gift, jewels, everything to
Okay.
the artist.
Okay.
And Tanjore Quartet's house in Westminster Street
Okay.
was given by my great grandfather,
Who?
the King
What's-
Tulaja II.
Okay.
Yeah, so King Tulaja
An
II.
entire street.
No,
entire-
the place, the home where they are staying right now in
Okay.
West Main Street.
Okay.
So that house was given by Tulaja II.
So tell us about how you got interested into the family history and the history of, Thanjavur Maratha kingdom.
Yeah, sure. Actually, when I was in college, for every vacation, I used to go to Tanjavur. So that time, I used to look after our museum. We have a small private museum. So I used to look after it. So one thing I noticed. So whenever tourists come to our palace, they just wander here and there without knowing anything about it. Just like that, they used to have a glimpse and they used to go back. So I noticed that. So that made me to bring out our history in a very simple way, in a very simple manner. So I started a Facebook page in the name of our private museum. Then that made me to start a blogger. Then after that, it made me to write the first edition book. So while I was posting on my Facebook page, many people used to encourage me. Many people were giving me suggestions like you can do like this, you can do like that. So, and I used to put banner in our museum, like if you need any details about the museum, you can visit our Facebook page. You can like our Facebook page, like that. In a very simple manner, I started. And some of my articles on Tanjavur history was very much interesting. And many viewers, also readers, used to tell me, why don't you start a blog and you can contribute those articles in your blog. So I started a blog. The name of the blog is Maharaja Serfoji II museum.blogspot.in. It was a blogspot. I started writing in that. Then after that, I got an idea. We are writing that much of information. We are bringing out that much of information. Why can't we publish a book with those informations? And when I got that idea, that time I was into my final year.
Okay.
So I took 8 months to write that first edition book. And apart from that, my college work, lectures, exams, that was going on. But it was little tougher for me. And at the same time, I completed my first edition book as well as the college final year. And it got released, the first edition book got released in Pune in Maharashtra in a private program.
Okay. Tell us about Saraswathi Mahal. It's a very unique place, right?
Yes.
Saraswathi Mahal is a very unique place. Because I think most of my viewers would not know about Saraswathi Mahal. This is a place in Tanjavur. And it's very unique. And he's going to tell us about this.
Actually, Saraswathi Mahal was a very small library when it was started during the Naikas period. So after Naikas, when Marathas were ruling, King Serfoji II, he ruled from 1978 to 1832. During his time period, the library was developed and now it is been named after him, all because of his contributions to the library. And he plays a very important role. And there are more than 80,000 plus manuscripts in that library. 80,000 plus books in that library. And most of the books are from his private collections.
Okay.
He has purchased 4,000 books from abroad.
Wow.
And he has contributed to that library. And there are also certain manuscripts, like when you read from left to right, it will narrate Mahabharata, or when you read from right to left, it will narrate the story of Ramayana.
In the same
Yeah, the same manuscript.
From left to right, it will read one epic.
Yeah, one
from
epic.
Right to left,
yeah, it
one
will
epic.
Epic. Yeah,
It's amazing.
So this type of rare manuscripts are there. And apart from that, you can find lots of French books, German books, which were from his collections. And to tell about Serfoji II, he is a bibliophile. He loved to read. He is a multifaceted personality. He has did a very amazing and fabulous job during his time. He was the first king in India. He was the only king in India to perform cataract operation in South India.
So I heard King Serfoji II used to go and help the poor to do cataract for them.
Yes, he himself has performed.
Yes.
And during that time period, no kings were doing that.
Yes.
So he was the only one, I can say.
Yes. I also heard there are copper plates in Saraswathi Mahal. The ancient Chola copper plates with the inscriptions.
Yeah.
Very old palm leaves. I think King Serfoji bought them from other, like, the villages and everything, and he put it there.
Yeah.
Have they all been translated or decoded? Or no, right?
Which are very important. They are being translated and they are being published into books.
Okay.
But as mentioned earlier, there are more than 80,000 plus manuscripts.
Yes.
Still, certain manuscripts are not yet touched.
Not even touched, right? Because 80,000 is so
it's
vast.
very big. But one good thing is all are being well preserved. All those manuscripts are being well preserved by the conservation team there.
Wow.
And King Serfoji II has encouraged artists, scholars, many people to contribute books to the library.
Okay.
So through that he had collected lots of books.
Okay.
And also from foreign countries also he has got many books there. And during King Serfoji II, law and order was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, like he had his separate, though even during King Serfoji II, half of our place was gone to the
British, right? Because they've been taking over.
Yeah, they were taking away.
Yeah.
But he had his separate cabinet. He had his separate law and order forces.
Okay.
Everything.
He had his own force.
Yeah, he had his own force.
Okay.
Because those days, when people used to do crime in one region which is of Britishers, they used to run to another region which is non-British, and they can't catch. So these things used to happen. So he first abolished that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
King Serfoji II
abolished the problem of jurisdiction. Right? So one person commits a crime in this jurisdiction, and he'll run to the other jurisdiction. But it happens even today, right? People commit a crime in one country, and then they will go to another country, and then they live happily, right? We cannot catch them.
Yeah, but those days during King Serfoji II, these things was totally abolished.
Wow, he understood.
He helped the Britishers to find the accused who were hiding in his region, and he used to hand it over to them.
Okay.
He used to give them permits. You can come and you can take them and go.
Yes.
So, but now there are lots of lots of paperworks, I guess.
Yes.
I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
He had so many talents.
Yeah.
That King Serfoji II overshadows all the people, right? Even like, it's my opinion,
I would like to say that also during his funeral, 90,000 people have attended his funeral after he died.
90,000?
90,000 people have attended his funeral.
Wow.
So that was really, that shows how famous he was, how people loved him.
Yeah.
And I would also like to say that King Serfoji II went to Varna, Kasi.
Okay.
He done a yatra.
So he was a devout Hindu. He was.
Yeah, he was very pious.
Okay.
And he has gone to Calcutta.
Okay.
He has gone to that Kasi, Benares.
Yes.
He went there.
So he visited all the holy places.
Yes.
Completed his.
Yeah. So in Varanasi, there is one ghat called as Manikarnika Ghat.
Okay.
That was built by King Serfoji II.
Oh, really?
And there is one more ghat called as Bhosle Ghat.
Okay.
That Bhosle Ghat was built by the Nagpur Maratha king, Nagpur king.
Okay.
He is also Bhosle, Nagpur, yeah.
Okay.
So we have gone till there.
Wow.
During that time itself.
What about the monuments built by Marathas in Tanjavur area? Like, what are the monuments that have been built by your, family?
Manora was built by King Serfoji II.
Okay.
To commemorate the victory of Britishers when they defeated Napoleon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so he wanted to remember the victory of the English over the French.
Yeah.
Okay.
For that monument was built. Then
Okay.
Sarja Mahal was built by him.
Sarja Mahal.
Yeah.
What is it?
Actually, many people used to say that it was the main entrance for entering palace.
Okay.
It was built around 1824.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Sadhar Mahal, where I am residing, that
Yes.
was built by King Serfoji II.
Okay.
So these three monuments were built by King Serfoji II.
Okay.
Yeah. And Darbar Hall.
Darbar Hall is
Yeah.
in that palace.
Yeah, in palace complex.
Okay.
Just near to our palace,
Okay.
near to Sadhar Mahal, there is Maratha Darbar Hall. That is told to be renovated. Many people say it was before Naikas, but
Okay.
it was being renovated.
Okay.
And some people say it was built by King Shivaji II.
Okay. Shahaji.
Yeah, so King Shivaji II built the Maratha Darbar Hall during his time, and there are certain things to say about King Shivaji II.
Okay.
He was a great scholar.
Okay.
So he has done lots of compositions on Tiruvarur Tyagesha.
Okay.
He was the ardent devotee of Tiruvarur Tyagesha.
Okay.
And a sequence of bell used to be connected from Tiruvarur Tyagesha temple to Tanjavur palace. After the puja,
Okay.
the bells used to ring.
Okay.
After the bells rang, he will come to know that puja is been completed.
Okay.
Then after that only he will have his midday meal.
Okay.
So,
Shahaji.
Yeah, King
Okay.
Shivaji too. So he has composed lots of songs on Brihadishwara, on Tiruvarur Tyagesha. And during his time, his area was extended up to Ramanathapuram.
Okay.
Yeah, and mostly Maratha kings had the practice of building chatrams.
Okay.
Yeah, chatrams are
Rest houses for travelers and everybody,
so,
right?
Mostly people come for Rameshwaram.
Okay.
So for those pilgrims, they used to build rest house, and in that rest house, everything was given for free. Education was given, medical treatment, food, lodging and boarding. Everything was free there.
Okay.
One of the biggest Chatram was known as the Orthanad Chatram,
Okay.
which is named after Muktamba. Muktamba was one of the concubine of King Serfoji II.
Okay.
And during King Pratap Singh, a work was written by his concubine named Mudupalani.
Okay.
The name of that is Radhika Santanam.
That's the name of the work or the
that's the
mistress?
name of the work,
The work.
Radhika Santanam.
Okay.
That is something unique on those days.
Okay.
It was a very unique work.
Okay. So you're very passionate about writing.
Yeah.
Right? And you've written 3 books. 2 books are about the Marathas. See,
Yeah.
this one, the second one, I heard a lot of great things about this. It's called Contributions of Thanjavur Maratha Kings. Okay. And this is the one that was released in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Right? And you have some unique information here.
Yeah.
What are the unique things that you've shown in this book?
There are certain photographs which are being published for the first time.
Okay.
And also, now we were talking about law and order.
Yes.
So I have mentioned the law and order during the King Serfoji II.
Okay.
Like what and all he used to do.
Okay.
So everything has been. He also had his separate armed forces with him.
Okay.
So about that armed forces also I have been mentioned.
Okay.
And in this book I have also written about the Maharashtra kings.
Okay.
Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Dharmavir Sambhaji Maharaj, and Samartha Ramdas Swami. And also I have also written a history of Cholas, Naikas also as well, and obviously Bharathanatyam, about history of Bharathanatyam. So this book is first of its kind, where it has a combination and mixture of Tamil, Tanjavur Marathi, and as well as Maharashtra.
And you show some very unique paintings also, not just photographs.
Yeah.
Right? What the paintings that show.
Yeah, so this painting is in Egmore Museum. This is told to be one of the rarest painting, and this has been published for the first time.
Okay.
This is King Serfoji II, his wife, and this is King Shivaji II, his son.
Okay.
And this painting, this is one of the rarest antique painting in Pune.
Okay.
This is in our relative's house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have many unique paintings published for the first time in this book.
Some are published for the first time.
Okay. So in this book, you mention about certain unique books in Saraswathi Mahal, right? So tell us what they are.
This is one of them. The name is Sabdartha Chintamani. That is in Sanskrit. Speciality of this manuscript is when you read from left to right, it will tell the story of Mahabharata. The name of that manuscript is Sabdartha Chintamani.
Sabdartha Chintamani. So if I read from left to right, it will tell me the story of Mahabharata.
Yes.
But if I read from right to left,
it will tell the story of Ramayana. Yeah, so that is one of the rarest manuscripts there. And one more manuscript is there. The name of that manuscript is Kathatre.
Kathatre.
That it deals with 3 kathas in one verse. That is Ramayana, Krishna and Bhagavata Katha in one verse. And if you read it from left to right, you can read it Rama Katha and Bhagavata Katha.
Okay.
Yeah. So the name of that manuscript is Kathatre.
But if you read from right to left, then you read about
Krishna Katha. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, these are really great. How did you get all this information?
There were scholars who were employed there, helped me. They told me I just asked for ideas. So they told me there are also some good scholar employees who are working there who are very broad-minded, who help when we ask for help or if we ask any guidance or for any suggestions.
Okay.
So I asked one good employee there, suggested you can write it, you can...
That's really amazing, all the information. Now, if you guys want to buy this book, it's called Contributions of Thanjavur Maratha Kings by Prince Pratap Singh Serfoji RajeBhosle. This is not the information that you can get outside. Usually this information only comes from, the inside the family.
So, Queen Kamakshi Bai, she was the wife of King Shivaji II.
Okay.
Yeah, so she fought against British.
Oh.
Fought means not that weapon or physical.
Okay. She fought a legal battle.
Yeah, she fought a legal battle. In Madras court, she lost.
Okay.
In Bengal court also, she lost.
Okay.
Then she directly went to London.
Okay.
She won there.
She won the legal battle.
Yeah, she won the legal battle with the help of the public support. And after that only, most of the treasures which are in Saraswathi Mahal is still in India because of her. Or else Britishers might had taken away everything to London.
So Shivaji too was the last king
Yeah.
of Thanjavur Marathas.
Yes.
And then because Shivaji too and his wife did not have a child.
Yeah.
So the British wanted to
the
take
doctrine
away.
of lapse. Yeah, they enforced a doctrine of lapse.
Okay.
And
Kamakshi fought against,
yeah.
right? So Queen Kamakshi fought against this doctrine of lapse, and she went to the court.
Actually, not for doctrine of lapse. After King Shivaji II died, most of the private properties of Rajas were being seized by them.
Okay.
She challenged that. She went to the court and she won the case, and she got the immovable properties.
Okay.
But the movable properties, even though she won, but they didn't give back.
Oh, they did not give back.
When they asked for the reason, they told like it has been gifted to the queen and we can't ask back. That was the reason given by them.
Okay.
And after that, she adopted a child.
Okay.
His name is Serfoji III.
Okay.
His name. And he was also a scholar, a patron of arts, artists.
So many of the movable properties, all these priceless statues and all these, ancient stuff of Marathas are actually in London. At least some of them are.
Some of them are, because Tanjavur dynasty was very rich.
Okay.
People used to say that there was one diamond with Tanjavur king, which was equal to that Kohinoor diamond.
Wow, really? So they had another huge diamond like Kohinoor diamond.
They had that. But it was during Tulaja II, before Tulaja II.
And British took that also?
No.
Who took that? Where did that diamond go?
No, it went into war. It was around 70s.
Okay.
Like Muslim kings and the other neighboring kings combinedly attacked. Actually, Thanjavur Maratha King Pratap Sinh and Serfoji I. They were known as the good warrior kings.
Okay.
Because they had saved Tanjavur from invaders.
Okay.
And even Venkoji had also was a good warrior.
Okay.
There is one work called as Karna Karnanidhi.
Okay.
It's a Telugu work.
Okay.
So that shows how he saved the kingdom from the Mysore invaders.
Oh, from the Mysore invaders?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the name of that work is Karna Karnanidhi.
Karna Karnanidhi.
Yeah. So that work is also available in the library.
In the library?
Yeah.
Okay.
So most of the king before Tulaja II and before Serfoji II were mostly all were warriors, and they had engaged themselves in fighting wars and all.
So because the Marathas, not just Tanjavur Marathas, but most Marathas were actively fighting against the British also, they lost most of their possessions, right?
Yeah.
Because the British did not like that.
No, because yes.
So they took away everything. Unlike some kings, unlike some Indian kings who supported.
Even now in India, some royal families are lavish because they are very close to British. Or else nothing about them might been seen today.
Yes.
They might had destroyed the palace, burnt the palace.
Which palace of Marathas was burnt by British?
I heard that Raigad fort was was completely burnt by them, because Marathas were great warriors.
Yes.
So they don't even Sambhaji Maharaj was offered, if he's been converted into Muslim, he will be left.
Okay.
But he didn't convert it. He was brutally killed. He was tortured and he was brutally killed.
Because he did not convert.
Yeah. Because.
So who burnt the Raigad fort?
That was British.
Oh, British burnt the Raigad fort. Why?
I don't know why, but...
because the Marathas were fighting against the British, right? They did not like...
Yeah. that might be the reason.
Okay. It's amazing to have you here and talk about all these fascinating things. You've given us a lot of insider information. Without a person like you, there is no way that me and the viewers would learn all this information about this great ancestry and the history of our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I am Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell button to get all the updates. Please give this video a thumbs up and do share it with your friends. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.